Bowie, Brano, Rabble, Frabble, everyone. It's me, Matt, Cybergraptor, whatever you want to pick. I don't care. And here we are with another attempt, but probably the final attempt because I got it all fixed with this Transformers. Whoa! Oh, geez. Oh, I'm hearing myself. Oh, no. Oh, my ears. Sorry, my volume went straight to my my headphones, so I just heard the live stream twice. Sorry. Anyway, so here we are again with a TFA news with me, Cybergraptor. This is my fifth or sixth attempt at this live stream, trying to give you guys the news of what's been happening the past month and a half on the Transformers franchise. And hopefully this one should be working just fine, since there is no reason my mic should be cutting out because this is on a new laptop, like perfect quality, brand spanking new, not even mine. I'm stealing it from a friend just so I can give you this information out because I've been wanting to for a while now. So here I am. Here we are. Let's get started. Usually Michael does the news and stuff, but he is busy filming Transformers Union. We just did a Q&A on that. I didn't know how well it went. I was there for like the last 20, maybe 30 minutes of that live stream, but from what it looked like, you guys were asking questions, and we were trying to answer. Anyway, so with him being busy with that, I'm going to go ahead and give out the news what's been happening for the past few months. Since our last Transformers Thought Corner, or TFTC, was last one was made before the last night, which, you know, it feels like last night's been out for a while now. So I'm going to give you some news on what's been happening in the franchise. So first of all, let's go ahead and get into some Transformers Last Night news, kind of a rundown of what's been happening with that movie franchise after the release. Now, I think we can all agree that the Last Night wasn't the best movie. It was okay for the most part as a film. I mean, as a Transformers fan, people mostly enjoyed it like a lot, but as a film, it was doing all right. And because of that, it's just an okay movie. The financially, this movie isn't really doing well. Right now, it is hitting, I believe, $129 million domestically, which is low for a film in a blockbuster film in summer. Just to give you like a idea of how low that is, I'm going to go ahead and give you the top five movies domestically, so not worldwide, just here in the U.S. For this summer. Number 1, Beauty and the Beast with $500 million, Wonder Woman with almost $400 million, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with $388 million, Spider-Man: Homecoming with $294 million, and Despicable Me 3 with $240 million. Those are the top 5 films of this summer. Blockbuster, franchise for box office. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Transformers 5 is resting at number 17 with 129, which is unheard of. Most of the time, Transformers films of the domestically hit at least, if not the 5, the top 10 at most. They never. I believe most of them are hitting around the top 10, if not the top 5. I think Age of Extinction is in the top 10. I believe around 8 or 9. But for Transformers Last Night to be 17 that's not really good. I mean, especially since it's not making any more money. The movie's practically done with in the theaters. There's not many theaters are playing the film anymore. So, sorry. Oh, excuse me, I burped there. This means that with more movies coming out, the numbers can only get lower and lower. So by the end of the year, it may not be number 17. For sure, it will not, because we still have Thor Ragnarok, and Star Wars: The Last Jedi. A lot of those films, like, very anticipated. And for sure, if they're good, which they will be, Thor will be for sure, and so will Star Wars, and it is a very anticipated movie. They will probably rocket past The Last Night, meaning that The Last Night for sure will be, if not 19, 20 in the top 20, which is really bad for the Transformers franchise. So how a movie is successful, though, in the franchise is that a movie has to be successful is if it makes more than double of its budget. Now, the Transformers Last Night budget is $217 million. So domestically, it made 129. That's about a little bit more than half, I believe, which is bad. Obviously, it didn't beat that standard. But worldwide, this means worldwide. If the movie made more than half, excuse me, I'm trying to think here. If the movie made more than double than its budget worldwide, then it's successful. And worldwide, Transformers Last Night is a little better because let me see if I can find the worldwide amount. It is right now worldwide is 583 million, so it's almost hitting that $600 million mark, which is good. That is more than double. So technically, did the Transformers Last Night movie became successful the box office wise? Sorta, yes. It did make more because the reason why they double the budget and then you add more is because this movie takes a lot of money to market. And if you guys have noticed, Last Night's marketing was going ham. Like it was a lot of stuff. Like the CGI for the characters, for the small commercials, for the behind the scenes acting scenes. There's a lot of marketing with like razors and and Coca-Cola. They put a lot of money into the marketing here. So that's why they double the budget and then you make more. So Transformers Last Night technically is somewhat successful in the box office, just not here in the US by itself. But which means like since it's not being successful here in the US, that probably means we'll be getting a home release soon, meaning DVD and Blu-ray. Hopefully with more content, because there's a lot of people speculate that there are some scenes just cut out in the Last Night we just don't know of, and they're going to put into the film the Blu-ray release. And hopefully this also means that we get both English cuts, because if you don't know, there are 2 English cuts to the film. One here in the U.S. that more prominent, and then there was a kind of foreign English version that had subtitles and had different dialogue. Hopefully, either you can choose which one, or otherwise if they don't do that, at least hopefully they bring the normal U.S. cut, because that one to me, in my opinion, had just better dialogue, and also that because for instance, Nitro Zeus was voiced by either John DiMaggio here in the U.S. or Stephen Burr, in the alternate U.S. English subbed version. So hopefully we get the John DiMaggio cut, because I love John DiMaggio. I'm just being biased. So let me just check here what's next on this. If he's going to be, I'm just making. Well, I guess right now I'm checking the live chat here. I see Primus here. Hey, Primus, how you doing? Yeah, don't worry, Primus. If you look at the list in the description, we're gonna be talking about this kind of stuff. Hey, Life of Seed, I think I saw you in the chat one time when we were trying to do this. Anyway, so let's go on to that. So let's go on to concept art, since this is now my 6th or 5th time trying to talk about the budget for the film. So for concept art, there's been a few more concept art and a few more from last time I was trying to do it. Let me just go ahead and screen share again, because boy, I'm just so bad at screen sharing. Let's try this again and hopefully it's good. All right, screen share and screen sharing. Oh boy. All right. So first for concept art, so here's some normal concept art for the Last Night. Hopefully it works. There you go. We'll talk about some nights first. That's been oh boy, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, yeah, new laptops. I don't know how it all works. Okay, yeah, all right. Perfect. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. So we're going to show some concept art from Last Night, some new stuff's been coming out, and some old stuff that's I haven't talked about yet. So first of all, let's talk about the Knights. This guy's really cool. This is Storm Rain. He is the Red Knight from the beginning of the film. This is obviously concept version. The official released on-screen version of this character is a little changed. He still has that Boba Fett T-visor mask thing going on, but he does have eyes in that mask in the actual cut. Also, the chest is a bit different. It's a reused design from Draconicus or Steelbane. Like the chest is from that design instead of this one we have here. But yeah, really cool. He has that mohawk going on. It's really awesome. You can tell that this is where the toy gets its design from. Just obviously the toy is not red, so it can form Dragonstorm. Was really cool. And here's the other form of Dragonstorm here. This is Draconicus. This was actually released today. And this is one of the more basic knights you see in the film, through the background. Because when all the 12 knights come together, you can tell that they're just kind of reusing the same few designs over and over. And this is a very prominent one. The mask you can see is is also the same knight who gives Cade Yeager the talisman. This is that mask is that knight. The body I believe is different, and also it's green. But overall, the mask design is for sure the same one. And you can tell this guy is unique, is because, especially on screen, he has his left shoulder pad here is is up while the other one is normal, and you see that even in the toy too. So the toy of Dragonstorm, the leader class toy, is the front half here is Draconicus, while the back half here is Stormrain, and together they make Dragonstorm. So that's really cool. And then next here we have this Celtic. We call this guy Celtic Cross 1 and through like the forums, but I called him like Lawbringer because he looks like a character from a game called For Honor. It's called Lawbringer. Sometimes I also just call him Kevin because there's no name for him. But Kevin here is really cool. He has like that cool axe from the concept art for Age of Extinction. He has that awesome, like I said, Celtic Cross chest piece. His crotch looks like Optimus Prime. That's kind of hilarious. If I'm feeling kind of monotone, it's because this is my 5th time talking about this. So once we get into the new stuff, then I'll probably ease up and get more humorous. So please bear with me on that one. But yeah, cool design. This guy's one of my favorite designs of all the knights. So there's that, and this is all it for the concept art for the knights they released so far. So which means we haven't seen the concept art yet for the Steelbane character model, which does exist. There's another knight with the same body here as Celtic 1 Kevin, but he has a different head. It's the scene where the two knights are kind of breaking into the staff area, and they try to kill TRF and Cade, but then Optimus Prime stabs him, and then he says, I'm here for the staff. That guy has the same body here, but the head is different, and you can tell if you go back to that trailer or scene or whatever. So there's those two we haven't seen, and then there's obviously Skeletron, who was a zombie, and he has his own design because he gets his own design. That's really cool. So moving on here, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to check a live stream here. I haven't checked the live stream in a while. Did live chat. All right, cool. Boba Fett Knight. Thank you, Primus. You're good. All right. So here now we are here the World War II Bumblebee design. This is the like as you can tell here, this design is like this picture here is on the same picture in the film and also in the viral marketing campaign of like it's a promotion poster like telling troops like, hey, fight on, we're here to fight a war, fight. Here we have the concept for his guns. They're shooting missiles in this picture, but in the film he's actually shooting machine guns. He got his war hammer. That's kind of cool. Like it's interesting that he has that hammer in the World War II. And I guess he just always had it throughout the films and just never pulled it out. I don't know. But he has that grainy yellow design, like hot honey mustard, like that gross stuff you find at a Chinese restaurant kind of color. His head is from Age of Extinction, but we do know that in the film he actually has the cut from he has the head from the original trilogy. I don't know why I keep stuttering. Blech. Thank you, Promise, for keeping me updated on the live stream. You're awesome. Awesome, dude. I'm just going to turn my phone here so I can see that live chat. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, here's this guy. Like the design for World War II Bumblebee is really cool to me. I believe we'll see this design at the beginning of Transformers Universe Bumblebee, all like wrecked up and like broken, or like in so either that's going to happen, then he's going to scan into the Volkswagen Beetle, or we will not see this mode and we'll just see him as a Volkswagen Beetle. So next here we got Hot Rod. Here is a unused concept design. We know for a fact that in the film, his World War II design is more based off a cargo truck instead of this tank. But this is really cool though. The guns are used, but his whole body here is different. He has no turret or no treads. He has like but it's a really cool design though. It works with his blue and orange design, or red sometimes. I don't know if he's orange or red, but yeah, I love those guns. They're very like Tommy gun looking, but reversed. Where the barrel is on top. I mean, not barrel. The ammo case is like on top instead of bottom. Really cool design. I would love to see this, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because then it is kind of weird to just have like the small deluxe size robot, a large tank form. But yeah, this would be cool to see, but unfortunately we got something else. Otherwise, both designs are okay. Here is a design that I'm surprised they have not done. This is a concept for Barricade. As you can tell, most of that concept went through to the final cut, but as you can see, his head is more based off the first movie design, which I'm surprised that they didn't just keep. I mean, if they have the character models from the past films to use over and over, because they do, why not just use their character model for the Barricade head and just put on a new body? It would have probably saved a lot of time, but yet they decide to redesign the head But not only that, they redesigned the head again for there's the marketing, like the marketing toy release of Barricade where he has that battle mask, and it's when we first saw him ever in the first concept way back months ago, and then we see him like promotional moving posters, and like all the promotional stuff for the movie. Barricade had this battle mask face, but then and then in the movie, it's this weird like mix of the two of this face and the marketing face, and it was okay. Like it's kind of cool that his main eyes were red, but his side eyes were blue. I kind of like that, but I think I would have preferred to see this just so people know that this is the same character. Because if you released last night and then called that guy like Bad Cop, you would have been like, oh, okay, so he's not Barricade, obviously, new design. But it's just like, I don't know, it surprises me that they didn't go with the easier option. But overall, like, I mean, I'm okay with the new Barricade head design, and I guess you can totally say that the toy design head is just his battle mask on, and he just never put his battle mask on in the film. But whatever, to me, it's just being lazy. But let's carry on. Here's a cool concept art here of Canopy, our Frank Welker long haul Autobot looking dude in the beginning of the film. This guy, so this is where I'm kind of, like, what the fuck? Instead of just, using this awesome new design, they decided to just rehash an old design and then put like rubble over him. And I get it, you save, it's budgeting, you're saving money, but this design looks amazing. I would love to see this. Like, he looks broken. He like you can tell like on his right foot is a bunch of concrete and like wires just kind of built in, and there's another picture of this concept with the actual alt mode. This Canopy transforms into a broken subway train, and you can kind of see that too. The side here, this side of his arms, you can see the windows, and his head here are like the lights that flash when like on the top of the train. Like this is the train, like the head of the train, you can say, as the head, kind of like a Devastator with Motormaster. Anyway, the Motormaster, I mean Mixmaster. But yeah, so yeah, the train would kind of turn here, and then like the railings would turn to his feet. You can tell, this looks like you can tell how this as a toy would have worked, but they still didn't do it. Also, not this concept art, but another of the same picture, but it had seats here on his left arm here for mini cons to sit in. So it seems that this film at some point had a lot of mini cons with Canopy here. I personally would have loved this design more. I think it's really cool. Like, he seems very nice and gentler. Like, both this Canopy and then the Final Cut Canopy both seem like very like nice, curious characters. But this one just seems like he seems so like mystical. Like, he looks like a wise old like hermit, just kind of carrying on like these little like kids who have nowhere to go. But I guess once again, budgeting would not allow it, and now we just have a yellow long haul with some rubble on top, and we'll never get a toy of that. Because he's dead anyway. So here we go. I've been trying to talk about this last time with the live streams, but this is where the last night kind of got weird with its concept art. So we have here is this weird snake former, like it was straight up a straight snake, just all metal, and it kind of makes you wonder like, how would this fit in the last night? I'm pretty sure this is pre script concept, like probably around 2016 or maybe late 2015 or early 2016 when they're just like, hey, we just need concepts, like draw some and put them on the wall, we'll pick them. And this is obviously like they're probably thinking like, what if we decide to go through the Beast Wars route? And they probably would have made this big snake character. I'm hoping this is a human and not a transformer, because if this is a transformer, then this is a hell of a big snake. But if it's a human, then it's still a hell of a big snake. It's a transformer. This guy looks really cool. Very classic snake design. I like how the metal cresses make up the like the striped design of a normal snake. This guy, if this guy transformed, it would not be like humanoid. It would probably be some kind of weird like multiple legs and like crawl, like scattling or like crawling and with those legs. And like think of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Overload concept art. If you Google that, then you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, I imagine that kind of robot mode for the snake. because I just don't see something like this turning into like a legit human former. But next, though, next is where things get crazy. Here is our first look at Transformers Optimus Primal, if he was in the movieverse. As you can tell, if they were going to go for Beast Wars look, it wouldn't be the skin of the full animal and then transforms with metal. This is full on, like, it's a metal ape with an Optimus Prime helmet. There you go. I actually do like this idea. Like, this version of Optimus Prime looks awesome, though I can tell with the helmet, if like what they're going with was if Optimus Prime and Optimus Prime were actually the same character. Like, Optimus Prime had to use some kind of silly beast essence and became a gorilla, instead of, like, you know, Optimus Prime being one character and then this character being separate at all. So this is, you know, I mean, would that idea work? No, it would have been silly. Like, especially to the general audience, like, oh, Transformers 5, where Optimus Prime turns into an ape. It would not work. I mean, this guy looks, even though he looks cool, it just looks like a gorilla trying to cosplay Optimus Prime. Like, but I don't know. I mean, it would have been great for me because it would bring me back to the Harambe days, because Harambe is the best meme ever. Overall, I'm glad obviously they didn't do this design, because this would not work in the last night at all. But at least we now have an idea of what Transformers movie Optimus Prime would look like. I believe that is it with the concept art. Let me just check here. Yep. Okay. So that's it with the concept art. And for once, I think I'm actually, you know, still going through the live stream and not everything's okay. So let me go ahead and just double check that. Okay. Looks like everything's doing good, I think. I don't know. I paused it. Oh, boy. Wait. Rest in peace, Harambe. That's true. All right. Next in our discussion here is going to be... okay, cool. I actually get to continue on with this, because at this point, this is where the live stream ends. So, as you guys know, so as right now for toys, for like, let's say, okay, let's go on with last night for a little bit. The last night toys right now, if you're lucky, you have Wave 2 in your store, because from what I hear from other people, like for instance Michael, who lives in the opposite side of the country, he still has Wave 1 figures in his stores. I still have Wave 1 figures in my store, and I'm on the other side. So it seems that, like, for some reason, Wave 2 and Wave 3 figures aren't hitting the shelves often, which I think is because either it's just they're having problems with distributing the figures, or it's possible that the sales for the figures are not doing too well, and since none of the Wave 1 figures are being moved from the shelves, there is no reason to move Wave 2 on the shelves. So... Which, I mean, it makes sense since, you know, half their wave is just a bunch of repaints. Like, no one's going to buy that. And so, like, all I want is Wave 2 Megatron and Wave 2 Hound. And that's it. Like, none of the Wave 2 Deluxes really, like, hit me. I mean, I have Skulltron, so I technically have Wave 2 Steelbane. And God, that figure is such a mess. Like, it's tight when it should be loose, and it's loose when it should be tight. Like, it's that, and then, like, the dragon mode is stupid. The silhouette of the dragon mode is cool, but then when you actually get your hands into the figure, you're like, this is a fucking abomination. This is so dumb. But the figure, like, you know, robot mode's cool though, and the head's awesome. But otherwise, apparently Wave 2 is taking a while to get to people's stores, which means that Wave 3 will probably take a while to get to people's stores. Because Wave 3, that's where I'm waiting for. I want a new Bumblebee. I like the redesign for Crosshairs. I really want Scorn, and I really want Nitro Zeus. But it's going to take a long time for that to happen. So so that's that for that. But as you know, general Transformers toys go on, right now there's Titans Returns. That's like the G1 stuff I'm talking about. Right now, the whole gimmick is called Titan Masters. Like, they're pretty much headmasters, deluxe characters, Voyager characters. Like, everyone's head can pop off, transform to a little dude, and then the vehicle mode is like a little car or a giant fucking dragon, and then the little dude rides on top of the dragon or rides in the car. That's the gimmick. But I guess the reason it's called Titans Returns is because they have like a lot of these big ass fucking Titan transformers that turn to cities, and than some big ass fucking dudes. Oh god, good burp. Oh god. But yeah, it's like right now in stores, in your Toys R Us's or Targets or wherever you sell them, you should be seeing like Fortress Maximus, and then now Trypticon. Trypticon's at my store. I ain't gonna buy him because he's $150 fucking dollars. But still, it's really cool that they have this out now. I mean, like it all started with Metroplex, and that was a big toy at the time. Now there's a fucking bunch of them. And if you still want City Former, the Leader class toys are kind of City Formers too. Like the Leader class Soundwave and Sound Blaster. Sorry, Soundwave and Blaster. They're both City Formers, even though that sounds really silly. That Soundwave, the cassette player has a city mode. What? That's weird. But that's so. I guess like it is cool. Like Trypticon turns to a fucking dinosaur, a city, and then a giant spaceship, and then Fortress Maximus turns to a fucking dude, a big ass city, and a cool ass fucking battle station. Like those are really cool ideas. Also, Trypticon can eat little guys, like the little headmasters. So that's awesome. But it's nearing the end of its run. Time to Return is hitting its like last few waves. It's like I think it's ending with like Overlord and Six Shot and Sky Shadow, stuff like that. Like some Japanese stuff that most G1 fans aren't really sure of, or unless you read the IDW comics, you totally know who Overlord is. Yeah, so it's nearing the end. But just like Combiner Wars, because this is a trilogy. This whole toy line is a trilogy. The first one is Combiner Wars, that was coming out way back in 2016 or 15, with all the deluxes combined into combiners, with the big thing being Devastator. And then I think Devastator was Titan class. Please, for those watching, make sure if I'm right on that. If Devastator was a Titan class Transformer. But that was one thing, and then the next of this trilogy was Titans Returns, happening right now, with all the Titans and shit. And then the next one after that will be Power of the Primes, but we'll talk about that more later. So with Combiner Wars, back at the first one, they had a series from Machinima. Now, I will let you know that this series is fucking garbage. The voice acting was terrible. They got John Bailey to do Optimus Prime, and I personally do not like John Bailey. I mean, it's great that he got like his start by being an Optimus Prime impersonator, but it just doesn't sound right to me. In fact, none of the voices in that series sound right to me, except maybe Windblade and Megatron. Like the Megatron voice is all right, and Windblade's is okay, but like, oh god, like the Mistress of Flame one had like a really weird like problem with her voice. Like it was the quality of that voice was different compared to everyone else, and it was so like noticeable. And like Starscream was like they were not good, and that show was terrible. And it was like 12 episodes. Thank you, Primus Productions. Devastator was a Titan Master. Thank you. I mean, sorry, not Titan, a Titan class. Sorry, whoopsie. And also Dr. Prime. Yes, Dr. Prime said that too. Thank you, Dr. Prime. Thank you, Primus Productions. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that show sucks. Combiner Wars is a terrible show. But so they're continuing with Titans Return being a show as well from the same people, Machinima. So if you didn't like the animation, you're probably gonna not like this one too, because it's probably gonna be the same people. But what good news is with Titans Returns, the series from Machinima, is that it is going to be a whole new voice cast. Sorry, wait, that's not true at all. Half the voice cast is new, and they're legit actors. Some actors are staying, and luckily it's the okay ones. But a lot of them that were not good enough are being replaced with legit actors. I have a list here. Let's go to the list. Right here. See, no? Okay. So here we go. Here's the Titans Return list of actors. We have, Peter Cullen is going to be Optimus Prime. Thank God. I don't like John Bailey. Get him out of there. Surprisingly, Judd Nelson is returning as Rodimus Prime. That's crazy. I'm surprised they even got him back to do that. I mean, I guess if anything, if someone his age, he's probably just doing it for the money. I mean, but then again, so is every actor ever. But that's cool. Will Wheaton, it's a very familiar name, but I just can't put my finger on it. Anyone in the comments would like me to give out a little quick fact about Will Wheaton, or some famous role he was in. He's playing Perceptor. That's really cool. I don't know who Michael Dorn is, but I do know who Nolan North is, and Nolan North is fucking awesome. He is the voice of Deadpool. He is the voice of in Transformers-wise, he's the voice of Cliffjumper and Smokescreen from Transformers Prime. And he's notoriously known for Nathan Drake in the Uncharted video game series. So that's really cool for him to be in here. But what's really surprises me is Jason David Frank is going to be in the series. If you don't know who Jason David Frank is, he is known for playing the first original Green Power Ranger for the series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And for him to be in the Transformers stuff is really cool to me. I enjoy Power Rangers. Also, it just so happens that about a few months ago, he was at the convention that I was at here at Phoenix Comic-Con, and someone tried to assassinate him. You can look that up. I'm not shitting you. I left about 10 minutes before that happened. Some man came in with a bunch of guns, was planning to kill Jason David Frank. And so go ahead and Google Phoenix Comic-Con, Jason David Frank assassination. Obviously, it didn't work. The security stopped him, right in there. He was a really weird ass fucking dude. But Jason David Frank, though, on the other hand, is an awesome dude. He's really nice. He goes to charities. He helps people. He does dojo classes, stuff like that. He teaches people how to fight. He's a fucking awesome dude. So for him to play a character called Emissary is pretty cool. I think Emissary is a guy from, I want to say Headmasters, but honestly I don't know. He probably just could be a Times Returns specific character. Let me just check the live stream here. Will Wheaton is here. Let's see. Will Wheaton is from Star Trek: The Next Generation. Okay, cool. He's also in The Big Bang Theory. There you go. So if you don't, if you guys seen those shows, you'll probably know who Will Wheaton is. So thank you so much for that, Dr. Prime and Prime's Productions. So that's really cool. But then the rest of the cast here is returning actors. Like from Windblade down are all returning characters, which means that Windblade is returning. Galactus Megatron's returning. I'm okay with those two. Voice Starscream's all right, which I'm surprised. I believe Starscream died at the end of that one. I don't know. Also, the girl did the Mistress of Frames coming back. Hopefully they fix her mic or something. And see, Dashy Games as Minosaur was the worst. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the voice of Minosaur in that show was not right. Very opposite of what we were getting. Very weird show. I mean, very weird pick. The show was garbage. But I think with this, I think Hasbro's going to go ahead and try to push the the budget in this one, because I guess Commander Wars got enough views that Hasbro kind of went okay, we're going to help you here. We're going to give you legit actors here. But yeah, there we go for that. Congratulations for Titans Returns. Like the last show, it's going to be 10 episodes with 11 minutes long. I believe that was how it went down with last time. I think the last Commander Wars was actually in 15 episodes. I'm not sure. Someone go ahead in the comments and give me that too. So I'm just gonna keep asking you guys because I don't want to look this up. I'm too busy making this live stream. So there you go with that. There's that news. I can't believe. Good job, guys. We're doing it. What's next on our list here? I need to go look at this description. All right, cool, perfect. So with Titan Returns ending here, the show is a good sign of the show that the toy line is ending. The next in the toy line is going to be. Let me just pull that here. Oh no. Okay. Here is the next toy line is going to be Power of the Primes. This big vote thing happened. Those 9 candidates who would hold the Matrix at the end of the series, and obviously, as showed here, Optimus Primal won that vote, and so we're probably getting some more Optimus Primal toys, but more into that. So here we go. So we have this new toy line coming out next year. It's the last of this trilogy of toy lines, but it's probably gonna be. That's not. I'm not saying it's the last toy line from Hasbro, but of this whole trilogy, this is the last one. They have a lot of new cool ideas apparently, and so I'm guessing what this one's going to be about, since the Combiner 4 Wars focused on combiners, obviously, and Titan Returns focused on Titans once again, obviously. Power of the Primes is probably be focused on primes and what a prime is. I'm not saying it's going to be focused on all Optimus Primes, but from what they've revealed, it's going to we have an idea of what it means by prime. Hold on. Oh god. Okay. So here we go with here's a few pictures from San Diego Comic-Con. of our first look at this toy line. We got here Leader Class Rodimus Prime. He looks awesome. He has the classic car mode. The robot mode is also classic. He has those cheekbones, so you know it's Rodimus Prime. Because if you guys like watch the show or the movie, when he's Hot Rod, he has no cheeks. But when he's Rodimus, he got them cheeks. Looking good, looking classy, Rodimus. It's even cool that if you can also like lift his chest up, and he does have a matrix. As you can tell, the matrix in this picture looks a little weird. Like it doesn't look like it's just a plain matrix toy. There's something about it, but we'll talk about that later. But that's really cool. His he does come with like his trailer pretty much. And that's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of silly that a truck like that. I mean, a car like that has a large trailer, but it was the '80s, so you know. Oh wow. Oh geez. Whoa. Okay. Small picture here. What happened here? I don't even know how that happened. Can I zoom in? I don't think I can zoom in. Silly. Oh, I can zoom. Good. Okay. I'm sorry about this, guys. That was my fault. So we have here is a picture here of Voyager class Starscream. If you guys want a better look at it, then just go ahead and Google Transformers Power of the Primes San Diego Comic-Con. You'll for sure find the pictures, the same pictures. But here we got Voyager Starscream in bad quality. Really cool. It's apparently people were fighting over the fact that his arms look like combiner pegs. But it's, I mean, there's something else I think to it. I don't think Starscream's a combiner, but you know, it's a classic design. This is now like the third time Starscream has got a Generations toy with his deluxe Armada body for deluxe, yeah, deluxe, and then he had the Leader Class G1 design, and now we have a Voyager G1 design. And you know that when there's a Starscream toy, a Skywarp or Thundercracker are not far behind. That's kind of cool. Next here is, come on guys, look at me here. Okay, I get it. You zoomed. Good. Work. Oh, no, work with me. Eat my eyes. Okay, thank you, I guess. Is this it? This is my life? Okay. Okay, here we go again. So now we have here, sorry, once again, bad quality. Deluxe Class Dreadwind. This is kind of cool. Dreadwind is a kind of a G2 character, I believe. And yeah, I think he's also in the comics for IDW a lot, but I honestly don't remember. But this is kind of cool. Dreadwind, he's notoriously known for combining with a character called Darkwing and making Dreadwing. But yeah, here's that. That's kind of cool. He's getting him. And I believe, and what's cool, what I did notice last time I was trying to make this live stream is that my life hates me. They showed Darkwing at the convention. So here's a picture of Darkwing, not in bad quality, mind you, but that's kind of cool. So I'm guessing that's what he looks like. I honestly don't know what Darkwing looks like, but there you go. There's a toy of that. And here's a picture of them combined to make Dreadwing, which is like not Dreadwing does not have a robot mode. So this is just like they're just when they're together they make Dreadwing. And you can even see here's a fully look at Darkwing, which I just keep thinking of Darkwing Duck. Anyone comment in the videos if you like Darkwing Duck. This is kind of cool. So Dreadwing's nice. That's all right. Oh boy, why did I fuck up on this part here? So next Deluxe here, we've got a classic look at Deluxe Jazz. That's kind of cool. It seems he's going with the no Carter wings look, because once again, this is also Jazz's third time being in the Generations toy line. He started way back when Generations was new with the car wings, and then he came back again for Fall Cybertron, and then here he is again with a more classic look. I believe a more accurate design look of his IDW design, says he is a little prominent more in IDW now. So this is kind of cool. Another classic design. Good work for Jazz. You know, he's a very beloved character. Yada yada yada. Next here is Legends Beachcomber. That's kind of nice. Beachcomber is a very chill dude in the G1 continuity, the G1 cartoon. He was kind of like a hippie, laid back, like just chill for a second kind of dude. Loved life and stuff like that. His style was really cool. So Legends classes are back. That's nice. Legends classes nowadays though are pretty expensive, to like $10 for Legends class. Like that's insane. Like it should be like at least $6, if not $7. But yeah, that's nice. Good stuff. I'm really professional. And here's what really interests me. This is Prime Masters. So that's what they're called, Prime Masters now. And so this is Prime Master Liege Maximo with a Pretender shell. And so if you don't know who Liege Maximo is the Transformer, is one of the original 13 Transformers, one of the original 13 Primes. What you can tell here that so he has like a Titan Master mode. He transforms here. What I've heard is called a spark, his spark chamber, and then his spark chamber goes inside the Pretender shell. This one being Skullgrin from I believe it's called like either Transformers Master Force, Transformers Victory, one of the Japanese shows. And also Skullgrin here can transform into a weapon for a Voyager character, I'm guessing. But so what's interesting here is that even though like I'm not 100% sure on what a Titan Master was, the Headmaster. I never had one, but what it looks like here is that this guy can also plug in like a Titan Master. So like this, like this is apparently a spark chamber. This may also look like a head or a battle mask for Liege Maximo, and so I think you can also plug this into the head of a Titan Master transformer. Though I'm not entirely sure. But this is kind of cool. I'm guessing with this being said, so that's all we had officially revealed to us. But this is where things get a little different. So in the description, if you guys want to follow me on this one, it's if you guys go to the bottom where it says POTP leaks, there's a lot more to this toy line, and this is a legit leak because if you can't find these photos now online, Hasbro took them off. So so now if you want to see these guys, you have to go to this. I believe the video should be working. If not, go ahead and put it in the description. I mean, put it in the chat. I do also. I have they have documented what it is. I'll just go ahead and move here. But so yeah, so Power of the Prime has been leaked, an entire year's worth apparently from T-Formers. So I have here a bunch of names here, and they start off with the Prime Masters. So if you guys go, I don't know which pictures which. Like the whole video shows all the leaks of not even just Power of the Primes, but also some other toy lines. So if you guys can go ahead and try to find the Power Masters page on that video, if it works. But so in that video, they showed Power Masters, and they showed. So we have Liege Maximo Skullgrin, which we just saw. I just showed you. But they also have Micronus Prime with Autobot Cloudburst, Vector Prime with Metal Hawk. That's Wave 1. Wave 2 is Alchemist Prime with Submarauder, and Alphatronion with Landmine. That's Wave 2. Wave 3 is Quintus Prime with Bludgeon, Megatronus with Bomb Burst, and the Solus Prime with Octopunch. So that's really awesome that these Spark Prime Masters go with these very classic Pretender shells. Like Skullgrin's a very classic character. Metal Hawk's a classic character. Submarauder, Octopunch, Bludgeon. Oh, Bludgeon's like a big character. So it's really cool that these primes, and this is just what? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 of the, sorry. That is 8 of the 13 primes. And I believe for sure, like, because apparently this isn't the full toy line. This is just, I guess, the first few waves. And for sure, like I know one of them for sure is going to be like in wave 4, it's going to be one of the original 13 primes, and then the Pretender shell is going to be Thunderwing. Thunderwing is another large Pretender transformer, and he's very. And if you know IDW, he's a very powerful character. So that's really cool. So like that's an awesome like look here. That's an awesome that they're having that. Also in that same video, if they have that, there's one of the PowerPoints in that picture says that those Power Masters are Sparks, like they're Spark containers, and then you clip them on to the hands or chests of the Deluxe or Voyager Power of the Primes toys, and then they get quote unquote powered up and get it stronger because it's a spark of a original 13 Prime. So that's and I think that's why Starscream's arms are a little beefier than usual. But that's really cool. Like these guys have that. And so there's that for Prime Masters. I really like that. Of all those, I'd say that my favorites right now is Quintus Prime with Bludgeon, because Bludgeon's fucking awesome. So then now we got the Legends, and here it goes. This is cool. Legends does have Beachcomber, which we just saw. But then also here is we got Wind Charger, and then Scrapnel. But I think which is kind of cool. Because I believe they don't have the rights to the name Shrapnel anymore, which is recently they've been calling him a Sharpshot. But I love the change of just the name, just make it Scrapnel. What a smart name. But from what the picture shows, when you go to the Legends page of that video, is Scrapnel seems to be I want to say like he is a reissue of the earlier Legends generation version of Shrapnel or Scrapnel, whatever they call him. But I think my favorite one here is Dinobot Slash, which is a Dinobot made specifically from Age of Extinction, is now getting a G1 version for Legends class, and that's really cool. And I don't usually collect the Generations toy lines. I am a movie fanatic. I only go for the movie toy line, but I have a soft spot in my heart for Dinobots. All dinosaur Transformers are fucking awesome. And also my favorite dinosaur is a Velociraptor, so I would probably be picking up Slash. And also, like a little fun fact, if you guys know IDW, if you read the line called Transformers Monstrosities, there is a 6th Dinobot called Scar, who kind of like he's the first one who scans a dinosaur mode, quote unquote. Like there's like dinosaur-esque creatures inside Trypticon, and they scan them, and that's why they all look kind of weird in Monstrosities. And one of them is Scar, but he dies in that comic and never transforms. But and I talked to the artist Lavivo Rondelli. He draws a lot of the IDW comics. I talked to him because he goes to Phoenix Comic Con all the time, every year, and he said that if he did transform, it would have been a Velociraptor. So IDW Scar and Slash are pretty much the same character. That's cool. But there's that. That's wave 1. Wave 2 is Battle Slash, Road Trap, and Tailgate. It says here to note Road Trap. It looks as though these will combine into G1 Duocon Battle Trap. But because I'm not sure who Battle Slash and Road Trap are. They're probably like Duocons I just don't know of. But I mean, that's kind of cool. And then Tailgate, it says we're not sure at this one, but it appears to be a white figure from Windcharger mold, which makes sense because the original Tailgate is a repaint of Windcharger. And just having another Tailgate is awesome. This is our second time getting Tailgate. We got a Legends figure of Tailgate. I've had him before because like IDW is my second favorite series of Transformers continuities. So I always get anything that's very IDW based. So it's cool to get Tailgate again. Tailgate's an awesome character, especially now in the comics. Wave 3, we have Cindersaur and Outback. Cindersaur, in the pictures, they don't say it here, but it seems to be a repaint of Dinobot Slash from Wave 1. Outback, it says here, considering this wave is nearly a year off and these images were never meant to be seen by the public, we would not read too much on how he still has bronze head. Which means that the picture they used for Outback is a version of a Legends Brawn figure that came out for, I believe, for Times Returns. So that's really cool. And I'm just checking the live chat. Yes, Press Production was talking about this. I'll talk about it later, but Predator King is in this line. I'll get into that. He's talking about a Beast Within. That is a Beast Within is a if I'm correct, it's a comic, a one-off comic where the Dinobots combine to make this giant gnarly looking combiner. I think it's just called the Beast. I mean, it looks weird. They can't make a toy out of it because this thing combines unnaturally. But that's really cool. All right, but yeah, good stuff, Primus. Let's see here. So here's all the deluxes. So for Wave 1 Deluxe, so go ahead and find that deluxe page. They have Dinobot Slug, also known as Slag, but we call him Slug now. So Dinobot Slug and Swoop, Dreadwind, and Jazz. Those are Wave 1. We know that, we've seen Jazz and Dreadwind, but they do have pictures for Slug and Swoop, like legit pictures. Because some of the pictures in these leaks are unfinished designs for the toys, or like no designs in general. So this is really cool. I'll probably gonna get this whole Dinobot lineup because like the G1 Dinobots are just my favorite group of characters, which is why I love Fall of Cybertron. And I like IDW. I love they have like the small run series like called Redemption right now. It's really cool. So that's cool. And then Wave 2 has Dinobot Snarl and Sludge with Blackwing, Ripper Snapper, and Moonracer. Now, what's cool here is that not only do we get the rest of the Dinobots here for this wave, but also Moonracer is involved. And if you know who Moonracer is, she is one of the female Autobot renegades from old G1 stuff. That's really cool. It's really awesome to have that there. Ripper Snapper is I believe is a Terracon. I'm not really sure who Blackwing is. Oh wait, no, Blackwing's the fucking his name is Blackwing, not Darkwing. I'm guessing that's the Dreadwind character together. Maybe or maybe it is. He's called Blackwing in the toy line, but he's called Darkwing in the G1 original line. I'm not sure. But so Wave 3 has Cutthroat, Blot, Cinder Twin, and another Jazz. I think the Jazz is just a placeholder. I think it's something else entirely different. But right now they just have a Jazz, unless it's a repaint, because we know that they love repainting figures for different waves. But yeah, Cutthroat, Blot, and Cinder Twin are all Terracons. That's really cool to have. I think those are all concepts in the photos. That's really cool. So next year is Wave 4 with Nova Star, which is a G1 Autobot, female, Blackwing again, Slug, and Ripper Snapper. Once again, these seem to be like placeholders. Like I guess they don't have yet an idea, or unless these are all repaints. But I'm guessing that's not the case because they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't release all these figures again repainted. I mean, the last night did that for their first wave, but what I'm saying is like they wouldn't do that. So those are probably placeholders. The new one just being Nova Star. That's really cool. Nova Star is the G1. Is going to be the new name for the G1 character Firestar, which is a Firestar is a G1 character. Kind of like she's not in the original G1, but or maybe she is. No, I'm not sure. Go ahead and correct me in the comments. But she's one of the G1 female. I was. Now for Voyagers, the first one here. We saw Starscream, but then his other Voyager companion is Grimlock, which is awesome because we haven't had a new Grimlock generation figure since Fall Cybertron, and that's 2000, I believe, 13 or 2012. Oh, excuse me. So that's really cool to have that. I'm excited for that. They also have Wave 2 for Hunger and Alita 1, which is cool. Alita 1, I believe, is a remold of Starscream. And that's all right. I'm not gonna get her. But Hunger being in this toy line, all the Terracons, I'm curious if that means that they are all going to combine to make Abominus. They have to, because they've done the Combiner Wars line before, and this just could be a Combiner War figure. So, but in which Wave 3 also corrects that theory with apparently Inferno, which is a recolor Combiner Wars hotspot, is going to be in it with another Grimlock. And we're in the actual picture, they do show a different Grimlock than the Wave 1 picture, so it might actually be a different repaint. That's cool. So for leader classes, we're getting a new Optimus Prime for leader, which is surprising because I feel like we just got one, and then we have the Optimus Prime, which you know about. Wave 2 here is another Optimus Prime, but it is titled Optimus Prime CF. We don't know what that means. And then there is a purple and black hot rod called Rodimus Prime called Rodimus Unicronus, which is probably just to be like an evil version of Hot Rod. But if you know IDW, then you know that right now Hot Rod is sporting a black and purple look, so it's kind of more hinted towards that. That's kind of cool. And then next is another Optimus. Next one is going to be Wave 3 is the Optimus Primal, the winner of the Power of the Primus event toy. And then another Rodimus Prime, once again called CF. I don't know why, but that's kind of cool. For the picture shows G1 Optimus. G1, the original Optimus Primal, and then the Optimus Prime Spark upgrade Optimus Prime, like Primal Prime, I think is what it's called. And so that might be the case. I don't know if we're getting two figures or we're getting like just a very large Primal Prime figure. Who knows? But then the last thing here is Titans class Predaking. That is awesome because I'm actually surprised that they haven't showed that. It's really cool to have those, I believe 5 or 6 Predacons, unique animal designs, making this big ass, one of the most unique combiner designs for a Decepticon Transformer. Oh god, ooh man, I'm gassy. But that's really cool to have that. I'm digging it. But there you go. Yeah, that is all so far. That is all was revealed, but not all of it though. if I actually have, now this ones I saved the photos for. Let me just get this out of here. They also revealed a toy line for, we don't really know what, but this is a movie toy line of something. It's a movie toy line. There's not really much to go off this, but it's really cool. And, it gets me excited because I love the movie toy line, and it's it has, from what we see, we're getting characters we needed again for a while. This seems to be some kind of anniversary style event. I personally think this is going to be the toy line that's going to be for Transformers Universe Bumblebee, since you can't get a toy line of just Bumblebee over and over and over, like especially since Bumblebee is the main character. So I think this is, even though it says like all the release dates for these waves are coming out in 2017, I think they're just being delayed. Like I think they had an idea to make this like anniversary toy line, but I think they're saving it for the Bumblebee toy line, or this could just be a canceled toy line, which if that's the case, I'm going to cry my eyes out because I really want this to exist. But looking at it right now, you can see here we got a really awesome look at, this is the Voyager lines. Voyager Starscream from Transformers Movie 1, and then Voyager Optimus Prime from Transformers Movie 2. Now, the Starscream looks awesome. This looks like it's going to be a Voyager of it looks like a leader class looking Starscream from way back for Hunt of the Decepticons, but for a Voyager size. And it looks awesome. But the Optimus Prime looks okay. I mean, it looks better than Movie 1 leader class Optimus Prime, but nothing can beat Movie 2 leader class Optimus Prime. Well, actually, they did with the masterpiece movie Optimus Prime is better than the leader class Revenge of the Fallen. Oh, sorry, getting a little dry here. Yeah. Anyway, that's Wave 1. That's really cool. Wave 2 was Megatron and then Transformers 1 Brawl. That's awesome. Like a new Brawl figure, a more accurate Brawl figure is awesome. And also another shot at the Voyager Revenge of the Fallen Megatron would be cool too. I'm actually surprised. Like that design for Megatron is very popular for some reason. I see a lot in the foreign video games and like the app games. Like it's always that design for movie Megatron. It's really weird. So that's all right. That's really cool. Wave 3 is just Ironhide for now. So that's cool. A new design for Ironhide would be great. And then Wave 4 is it says Transformers Movie 2 Starscream. So probably the same toy as the first wave, but repainted with his tattoos. And then here, this is where I like get a very large boner and come prematurely because I'm a big fan. Like I said, big fan of Dinobots. Movie Grimlock disappointed me because I'm a man of accuracy. I enjoy accuracy to the screen. And the movie in the Voyager Grimlocks, like they were okay, but the head was all wrong. It was too bland. Like it was okay. Like the only like close to an accurate Grimlock toy we have is that dumb like battle helmet one step changer stupid thing. Like the head's right, but like it's a stupid figure. It's expensive and it's dumb. But this thing, whoo, God, like this is why for most of it is why I don't want this to be a canceled toy line, because this seems to be a leader class, or if not leader class, maybe a masterpiece movie toy line, Grimlock. As you can see, like this one is not borrowing that same design as all the other Grimlock toys have. The like for instance, the feet of the T-Rex, it doesn't look like they turn into the arms of the robot mode. The head's all like the head has a classic design. What I can tell from the picture is that the tail does fold up to make his mace fist, which that mace is in the movie. It is it's like it's not the big large one with the big staff. It's like his one for some portion of the film, his hand does turn to a giant mace. And from what it looks like, it's hard to see in this picture, but his head also looks movie accurate, and that's all I wanted. So this looks amazing. I'll put so much money into this. Even if it's a movie masterpiece, it's going to make it expensive, but I don't care. I want that. And, I mean, the Blackout is just a bonus because Blackout is a very classic character. I can agree that what I'm trying to say here is Blackout and Grinder, both like toys, never really got a proper like design, like because they made that first movie toy for Blackout, and which is fairly a really good design for that toy. and they never really made any other Blackout toy for that Voyager size again. So seeing this, like seeing a proper Blackout toy, and it says Blackout, so no, and you can tell that it's Blackout, not Grinder, because it has that bump in the front of the helicopter. I don't know how else to say it, but so overall, both great characters. I'm more excited about Grimlock, obviously. Crossing my fingers for that part. Then here is the deluxe waves, and this is where I think that this is more of a delayed toy line than a canceled one. So it says, so here's wave 1. The first character is not revealed yet, and it's called TF6 Striker 2. Now, TF6 is either it's referring to Transformers 6, which I don't believe so, because that's way far away, or there's going to be a character in Transformers Universe Bumblebee, the 6th movie, called Striker. And it would be weird that this came out in 2017, sporting a character from a movie that's not out for another year. But so there's that, and then next in that wave would be in the same wave is Stinger, Ratchet, and Crowbar. Now that's where people were kind of like, are you sure this is an actual toy line? Because, you know, isn't it weird that we're getting all the toys that we needed, deluxe wise, like for like this one wave, because we needed the Stinger, and we never got Crowbar, and it's always great to have a new Ratchet, and that makes sense. But the fact that these photos are removed from the internet, I feel like it still means it's real. Also, for wave 2, they're having a new Jazz, a Lockdown, and then once again Striker 2 and Stinger. Now I don't know if that is legit, but still a Lockdown and a Jazz are awesome. Like I would love to have another Lockdown, especially a better one than the one we have before with Age of Extinction. But it does kind of look like those pictures are kind of cut off from a screen and then put it on this background here. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I personally just hope that this is not some like, you know, this is not some like canceled or fake toy line. I want it to be real, honestly. Only because like I'm a fan of the toy line. I rather, you know, get this and then wait for Transformers 6 to come out. Not Bumblebee, like Transformers 6. But there's that. That's all the leaks that are important, at least, for this toy line. There's more in that video I sent you guys, but otherwise, that's what I think is deemed more important. Dang, okay. That segment took a while. I'm sorry it took a while, guys. Let's go into the IDW comics. Just a rundown of what that's going on right there. So right now in the comics, recently IDW has gone through this big thing called Revolution, where a bunch of Hasbro's properties are coming together in the comics. So that's Transformers, G.I. Joe, ROM, Micronauts. There's a Mask. Those are really all the important ones. Action Man. All these characters are coming together in this universe. They're all pretty awesome, unique designs. Unique stories. Like I've been kind of catching up with ROM. I'm kind of catching up with. I'm a little behind on G.I. Joe and Micronauts. Micronauts is like of all the new ones, I enjoy the Micronauts the most. They're kind of like Hasbro's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think they're really cool. And then also with ROM. ROM is also a really cool idea, really cool design. But you can tell when reading the comics that the Transformers kind of hold this universe together, because like they keep appearing or they keep being referenced. Like if you read ROM, the Transformers are mentioned in ROM a lot, but never seen. Like in G.I. Joe, for instance, Skywarp is a member of G.I. Joe. That's kind of cool. In the Micronauts come from a very tiny universe, a universe that was created by Micronus Prime. So that's really cool that a Transformer created the entire universe for the Micronauts. And I don't know. Right now, ROM has a comic going on called ROM versus Transformers. There's because ROM is a knight from this order, and they just revealed that there is a Transformer in that order that is also a space knight. But that's really cool. But like of the weakest one for sure for me is Mask. I mean, it's very boring to me because it is kind of the same concept of it's just people who wear masks that do special abilities and then they fly cars, and that's it. Like one car flies, one car turns to a boat or a submarine or something. It's not the most exciting, I believe, in the franchise, but still that's going on. So right now in the comics, there's a thing called wow. Once again, it's small. Right now, it's called IDW First Strike, because recently they did a Revolution comic line of a big story, and then this is the next big story. It's called First Strike. It's continuing what the story Revolutionaries are doing. This is a lot of the same characters appear. This comic line also guarantees us that Transformers Heart of Steel, which is a very classic comic about Transformers in the Steel Age, like trains and blimps. Apparently, that was in the same universe in IDW the whole time, but all the characters, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, Starscream, they were all like different characters, different like Transformers in general. But then Shockwave found them all, because remember, if you don't know, Shockwave was on Earth for a long time. He found them all frozen and then redesigned, like re-engineered their brains to believe that they were like Shockwave, Starscream, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime. And that sounds stupid, and honestly, it is. It is stupid. But they fixed it to happen so that Bumblebee that Hearts of Steel Bumblebee can be in this comic, because in IDW the legit Bumblebee is dead, or is he? Because comics do that all the time. He's not dead, honestly. I'm for sure. I think he's not dead, but right now everyone believes he's dead. So right now, Hearts of Steel Bumblebee, who is now called Centurion, is on Earth, fighting the actual Transformer characters. So that's really cool. The comic going on right now. That's really nice. So next here is the writer's room. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I don't have a picture for this, but I think I don't have a picture. So let's just find a good picture. Whoopsie. Find a good picture. Let's stay on here. Give me a visual. Sure, I'll keep this one. We'll talk about it later. Actually, no. That's too much. Okay, give me here. All right, so the writer's room, if you guys don't know, but you should, because we talk about all the time. About 10 writers or so gathered into a room for about a month or so and wrote out the next 10 years of Transformers, making 14 stories. And I don't believe they made 14 movies, like 14 stories that can, like three stories can make one movie. Hell, The Last Night's like 5 stories. But pretty much they Akira Goldman, who is the head of this writer room, he's a writer. He led this room, and they kind of mapped out the cinematic universe. Sorry. He mapped out the future of the Transformers franchise, I believe, along with the Hasbro cinematic universe, which Transformers is not a part of. And so they for sure we know that they mapped up to where they have a Bumblebee movie, a sequel to Last Night, and then an animated film. So that was that for a while. Recently, when someone asked Akira about the writer's room, he said that doesn't exist anymore. The writer room has disbanded. Now, that either means that they scrapped the whole idea of like future films, especially with The Last Night being like terrible, was like success. It did not do well. And so with all that being failed, I feel like the writer's room was just like, look, we failed, because I think The Last Night was supposed to be their saving grace. I think like if The Last Night wasn't going to work, then the 10 years wasn't going to work either. And I think that's what's going on, because people are starting to realize how this franchise is getting more ridiculous with each film. So Akira is no longer involved with the Transformers film franchise. The writer's room is no longer involved. I still don't know if the Hasbro cinematic universe with ROM, G.I. Joe, Visionaries, Micronauts, I'm not sure if that's still together. I kind of hope so, because I want to see Micronauts turn into a film. But overall, that's Transformers in the writer's room are not together. So what do you guys think about that? Do you guys because I personally, I'm okay with that, because I agree that this franchise is getting just terrible with each film. So hopefully they just, they make Bumblebee the movie, they make the sequel, and then they make that animated movie, and then they just stop and wait 5 or 10 years and then try again. because like these movies aren't, it's not helping anymore. Like if the toys won't sell and the movie is doing terrible in the box office, it's time, like, finish your story and then get out. That's my opinion. Getting a little extra information here from Prime's Productions. He says, from what information I have found was that Paramount is taking a step back from production to let The Last Night simmer down so they can start fresh after the B movie. That does correlate. Yeah, it's saying because Last Night, obviously, it was supposed to be a big movie, but it became a big flop. So right now, I believe that they're waiting to see how Bumblebee goes, because it's a whole different. Like, we'll talk about that later. But I'm guessing Hasbro's waiting to see how Bumblebee goes down, and then they'll see how they're going to go on from there. Because I believe they are for sure making Bumblebee and 6. Like, that's for sure. I believe. I'm not like I'm not 100% positive. You know, don't take my word for it. So there's that. So the writer's room right now is no longer exists in the film franchise. Good, in my opinion. So next here is going. Oh, actually, next is going to be the Bumblebee movie news. So right now, as of right now, Bumblebee is being filmed. Transformers Universe Bumblebee. It's a prequel. It's all about Bumblebee. It is low budget. It's about $70 million. There's no moving to big locations. It's staying primarily in California, the film. Younger cast, new director, entirely new film. I believe the only thing Michael Bay is returning to produce the film, which could still be bad. I mean, that means that he still has a bit of a control of at least like of what the movie's going to be about or be like designed as. But for sure, he's not directing it. Travis Knight is. Travis Knight is known for directing Kubo and the Two Strings, and that's doing okay. That's a great movie, actually. I cried at the end of that one. It gave me all the frillies inside, you know. But here's some pictures right now. Or at least these maybe pictures. I don't believe they confirmed that these are set photos, but from what it looks like, these so people are. I'm pretty sure people's first thought are, oh, there's Bumblebee. He's in a new old car, and they see this red car and they automatically think of Cliffjumper, because if I'm correct, that's a very similar car to his Transformers Prime design. And also, like, even though like Lily, they're never together, but people always connect Bumblebee and Cliffjumper like they're brothers. I mean, yes, they share the same design, but just because they share the same design doesn't mean they're brothers or twins. They just like I'm honestly just baffled in why they're always seen together, but they just share the same mold, but they're two separate characters. They're never in G1 are they like friends. Never like, I mean, they kind of like talked a little bit in Prime. Not really though. They were just there for one scene together, helping Arsena flashback. Like, so that never really thing. Like, the movie comics did something, but the movie comics are just fucking gay anyway. So, or like, do I think that's Cliffjumper? I can't say. I hope so. We've been wanting a movie Cliffjumper for a long time. We now know for sure that this most likely will not be Bumblebee, because we now know that he's a Volkswagen. In fact, let me go ahead and give you guys the full-on synopsis here. I just move here, right here. Yeah, John Cena. We'll talk about that later. So the synopsis is: the story is set in the year 1987, where Bumblebee finds refuge in a junkyard in a small California beach town. Charlie, played by Steinfeld, on the cusp of turning 18 and trying to find her place in the world, discovers Bumblebee, battle-scarred and broken. When Charlie revives him, she quickly learns that this is no ordinary yellow Volkswagen Bug. So, as what we've seen here, so Bumblebee is he's all battle-scarred and broken, probably after the events of World War II, or maybe even Vietnam. He just kind of stays at a junkyard to relax and chill for a while. It's like at this point he's taken on a yellow Volkswagen Beetle design, his concept, like his vehicle mode, and then our main character Charlie, played by boy, I'm losing name. The name's right here, right? Where's her name? Oh boy, we can't find her name right now. But her last name's Steinfeld, that's for sure. But her character, who's turning 18, thank God. I guess she's still 17. Which didn't they try to? didn't they learn that mistake from the last time? Whatever. So her and Bumblebee are going to get together, and they're going to probably grow up and learn a moral or something. There's probably going to be one Decepticon that's terrorizing her California town, and she's going to need to, her and Bumblebee are going to join together to fight back. So I do like this idea. It seems pretty chill. Since there's lower budget, that I mean they can't do anything crazy. From what the producer, I believe the producer, or maybe it was Travis Knight, but one of them said that this movie has a very Iron Giant feel to it, which is good because Iron Giant is a very famous film for like involving a boy and a robot, getting along and having feelings for each other or something like that. I don't know. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm excited to see a Bumblebee, like it's going to connect it all with Bumblebee being in war. I'm hoping that I'm kind of hoping that this is good. I guess I'm trying to say it's not reading a comment here. Premise says here's the little thing from Premise here. If you didn't know, Marvel originally owned the rights to Transformers. That is true. So if Paramount decides to get rid of the franchise, Marvel gets the rights. My pants will cease to exist. That would be amazing. I mean, I will say that Marvel never true that Marvel they produced the comics, which is technically the original story of the Transformers. So technically you can blame Marvel for the legit G1 story that will be adapted into the cartoon. So Marvel had the rights to the comic and kind of like the character origins, but Hasbro for sure were they owned Transformers. Technically, if you really want to get into it, Takara originally owned Transformers, and then let Hasbro produce in the U.S., and then Hasbro let Marvel create the stories for the characters, which then moved on to the show. But I mean, what I guess I'm trying to say is that if for some reason Marvel does get the rights to the Transformers, then that franchise can be saved. But I don't think they'll work on that. I mean, I honestly don't think that'll happen. I mean, hell, God, if Disney owned Transformers, that would also be great because Disney knows how to make films. For the cast here, let me go back to pictures. So we have Steinfeld here playing Charlie. Here's a new picture just came out with on set. She's playing a tomboy. She looks like a goth. I don't know, anything really about this actress, but she looks like a punk, and she's probably gonna find Bumblebee all battle scarred up, and he's gonna be a punk, and they're gonna be punks together, and they're gonna learn how to be nice to the environment or something. I don't know, Captain Planet. But what's great here is that my boy John Cena is gonna be playing a character in Transformers Bumblebee. Look at this motherfucker. Oh God, I can't take him seriously. Look at his face. I'm so glad this meme lord of a guy is gonna be in this film. I really hope he plays the father, because every time he plays in some kind of children-oriented show or movie, he's always playing the dad. So I really hope he plays the dad, and I really hope he has some kind of interaction with Bumblebee, because I would love to have a movie where Bumblebee and John Cena have a talk, a little, man on bot interaction. Bumblebee's for sure gonna have his even though we just got Bumblebee to talk, for sure for the last night, he's not gonna talk in this one because. I mean, he shouldn't be able to, because he was using his radio before the first movie. I mean, technically, they could say this is where Bumblebee can talk, and then this could be the movie that explains how his voice got hurt. But that would ruin the canon for Bumblebee his voice always being damaged by Megatron, at the war. But they could totally change that because they love changing the continuity for the Transformers franchise anyway. So this could be a movie where Bumblebee talks in the beginning, and then at the end of the film, the bad guy hurts his voice, and he can't talk. I mean, because as far as we know, the only thing about Bumblebee's voice that we know is that Ratchet said it was damaged in battle. Now that doesn't mean it was damaged in battle at Cybertron. He could have got damaged at Earth, since he's been on Earth for a long time. So I mean, if that's the case, then hey. I don't give a shit, honestly. So there's that. Bumblebee's coming out. Oh, also, I should probably mention that this film has been delayed. The Bumblebee movie was supposed to come out in June 8th, 2018. It is now being delayed to December 13th, I believe, of 2018. So it's coming out it's coming the same day as Aquaman, which is tough because Aquaman is like depending on how his character shows up is revealed in Justice League, that could be bad news for the movie. Because I'm pretty sure people are sick of Transformer movies, and they're probably gonna watch Aquaman first. But I still think this is a smart idea for a movie in general for Transformers, because promoting the toys for a movie near Christmas is always a smart idea. There's no large rivals for the film, so it won't rival any like event. Like if it did come out in June, it would be rivaling the box office for Avengers 3. There is no way it would have won. It won't win in general, but it would be rivaling Avengers, and then there's the Star Wars Han Solo film. There's like, and I believe like there's 2 or 3 other like major sequels or like remakes coming out that summer that Bumblebee will just get shit on if it stayed. So for it to only like rival against Aquaman is a better choice. And like I said, during Christmas time, it's a perfect time for a Transformers movie to come out. Now, what my question is now is, will this determine like how the film franchise is going to be released? Like, will Transformers 6 be released December of 2019? Or will we have a Transformers movie in December 2019, and then 6 months later, Transformers 6 in the summer? I want that to happen, because that is a really it'd just be bliss to watch the Transformers movie, and then out of nowhere, watch Bumblebee, and then during the trailers in the movies playing for Bumblebee is gonna be Transformers 6. Kind of like, because that's how Marvel is now. Marvel, like every time you watch a Marvel movie, there's always a trailer for the next one playing before. So that's really cool. I hope that's the case, but it wouldn't make sense though if they pushed Transformers 6 to December as well for the Christmas sales. And once again, it's not going to rival anything. I guess once again, it all depends on how Bumblebee does. If Bumblebee is big, actually, I guess it doesn't matter for Bumblebee either. Like, if Transformers 6 has to be filming, if it comes out in the summer, it has to be filming next summer until 2019. If it's not filming then we have to assume that it's coming out December 2019 as well. But there's all that. Hopefully the Bumblebee movie does good. I think it will, with a whole new director and a whole new budget and a new whole new scheme. Like it's gonna be good. Okay. Promise says here, this is a probably for John Cena. People have said that he was a police officer that doubts the lead of the movies has at the lead. Well, I'm sorry, is this for John Cena or is this for someone else? People have said that he was a police officer that doubts that the lead of the movie has seen the Transformers. Oh, I get you. Okay, yeah, it is for John Cena. Gotcha. So he's he's rumored to play a police officer that's doubting the girl, and he doubts her that she's seen Transformers, which is awesome. I don't care. He can play her mom for all I care. John Cena being in the movie is awesome. I can't wait to not see him, because as you know about John Cena, you can't see him. So next here on our list is there's a new Transformers series coming out. This is going to be for next year. It's called Transformers Cyberverse, called Chapter 1, which probably means Season 1. But it's really interesting. Like we don't know really anything about it. I'm guessing it's going to be showed primarily on TV. Which if that's the case, that means Transformers Robots in Disguise is ending shortly, which it should, because Robots in Disguise is a very boring TV show. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I love Prime, but Robots in Disguise is so not fun. It's like, it's very upsetting. So this is Cyberverse, like and from it looks like it's gonna be a whole new series. Like, it's not gonna be a sequel for RID or Prime or anything. My first thought is that when I think of Cyberverse, I think of the toy line Cyberverse. It was the Legends toy line at the time. It was back in 2011. It was a very small Transformer toys, and it makes me think this is going to be a small Transformer toy show, but it's probably not. So that's cool. It's coming out next year. It's called Chapter 1. What that really means, I'm not sure. I want to say Season 1, but it could just be like Series 1. Who knows? That's really cool. I think more information on that? Actually, no, I don't think so. So that's cool. What do you guys think about that? You know, whole new show coming out. That's not RID. Are you guys sick of RID? Do you guys want more RID? Or are you guys just hankering for a whole new show in general? Because that's what I am. I'm hankering for a whole new show, new designs, and new toys. So there's that. So next here, I'll just move back to here. I'll just move back to John Cena so you can look at his face one more time. So next in our news is they're making a Transformers animated film. It's from the studio Boulder Media. They just opened a new film division, and they're going to be animating the Hasbro Transformers cinematic animated film based in the movieverse. So what we're all guessing is that this is going to be that Transformers 1 movie. Transformers 1 was the working title for the animated Cybertron film, which I'm excited about it. I don't like because so people are fighting over, is this animated film the 2019 Transformers 6 film, or is it Transformers Bumblebee, Transformers 6, and then the animated film? Oh, excuse me. I don't know. I hope it's its own film, like it goes Bumblebee, Transformers 6, animated film. I mean, just because like only because I just want Transformers that trilogy of 4, 5, and 6 to end, honestly. So that's really cool. There's no like release date about it or anything. We don't really even know if it's really about Cybertron. It only knows that it's an animated movie in the movieverse. My guess I think it will be Cybertron based because their quote unquote synopsis is that it will focus more on character and mythology, which Jesus Christ, like I keep hearing that word a lot. They said that for the writer's room for Transformers 5. They said that for Cyberverse, and now they're saying it for the movie for this animated film. If you're going to talk about the character mythology, hopefully you get it right, because they obviously got it wrong for Transformers Last Night. Because I mean, I guess it showed mythology with Quintessa and the Knights and Unicron, but they didn't explain that. They just showed it, and hopefully Cyberverse like does well with that. I mean that's his own thing. I don't care, but I mean I hope the movieverse does something. Overall, a movieverse Cybertron only Transformers movie is actually for it being animated is perfect. There's the budget doesn't have to be too intense. Like this is going to be animated. Like it's not going to be like animated for CGI. Like everything is CGI quality. Like think of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, where everything was kind of like cartoony versions of your favorite Star Wars characters, and they all kind of look like they're made out of chunks of wood. So think of that, but with Cybertron and like all the movie characters, same designs, but just a little bit more basic. Like for example, like how General Grievous in Star Wars Episode 3 is very detailed, but in the Clone Wars series he's very basic, but the concept of the design is still there. So I'm think of that for like Optimus, Bumblebee. I mean they're not all going to be just gray because that's how it is in the movies. They're all gray. They're probably going to have their colors so people can identify who they are. But I'm okay with that as long as it doesn't do something super wacky, like let's say Grimlock is with Optimus Prime in the beginning of this, even though Optimus Prime never met Grimlock. Like it'd be cool if like maybe it shows how Optimus Prime was, and apparently he was a knight before the first movie. It'd be cool to see him how he goes from knight to battle commander to leader of the Autobots. Like maybe they show Sentinel Prime leaving Cybertron. That is, if it is a Cybertron prequel, it could be its own entire film. It could be Transformers like 6 or 7, like animated, just only like on Earth, everyone's a cartoon, like, and they just continue on the story. But so I wonder what are your guys' thoughts on that. I hope it's okay. So Primus Productions said that he wants a whole new show and no more IRD. Thank you. I hate the IRD. And he also said that they'll probably look like, it's actually a good point. These cartoons kind of look very similar to the CGI openings or the CGI cutscenes for the first movie game. If you guys like, so if you guys look us up, if you don't know what we're talking about, look up the Transformers 2007, the game. Something like that, because like that's how it is. Like their models were very basic, but not like as detailed as the movies, obviously. Like Ironhide, for instance, had a whole different face. It was very basic and bland. So expect that. So, which is okay. Like I'm like overall, if they do this right, then good on them. It should be starting production if it is coming out after 2000. Let's say it is Transformers 6. Then they got to start making that soon because animation takes a long time, especially for a theatrical film. For good quality animation, they'll need to start like within like the next few months to start animating if they haven't started already. Once again, I personally think that this is a whole different movie. It's not Transformers 6. There's that. And so now I'm going to talk about the future of the franchise. And so I have a little picture here. This is from a Hasbro. Hasbro had this meeting, a PowerPoint meeting, showing the future of all their franchises and all their investments. So it shows here, like I've been trying to say, for theaters, so it's showing 2017 all, 2018 all, and 2019. 2017, we have last night just came out. It's been out now. RID Combiner Force, it's been playing recently. Like I said, Titans Returns is finishing up, and then there's Rescue Bots. Like, I'll be honestly, for those who like follow and watch Rescue Bots, well, one, if you're like 18 or something, I'm sorry, but you really shouldn't be watching that. It's like targeted for like young people, and like I'm not saying you have a problem. You can do what you want. Go ahead and watch the show. Just don't talk to me. So there's all that. So 2018 that's the year of Bumblebee. Bumblebee's getting his movie at the end of the year, so you have to wait a whole year of 2018 to get the Bumblebee. But then it's chapter 1 of Cyberverse. So I'm guessing season 1, Cyberverse is playing. That's going to be targeted for like the somewhat old kids. For us fans, it's Power of the Primes. So it's that toy line we were talking about for the majority of this video. And then there's a new Rescue Bot season. Fucking anyway, 2019 is that the Transformers 6 or 2019 is going to have a Transformers movie in theaters. It's going to have Cyberverse Chapter 2 or Season 2. And then at that point, the Power of the Primes line will be over, and it'll just go back to plain old Generations. No subtitle. If there is, they haven't decided it yet. And for Rescue Bots, there's a whole new series or sub-series called Rescue Bots Academy. They downgraded the budget. There's no union actors. It's all non-union actors. So none of the actors are coming back. But hey, fuck that show anyway, right? But yeah, so it's kind of cool. Cyberverse is getting a lot of pictures from G1, which could mean that maybe Cyberverse is going back to its roots and being a G1 based show, which would be awesome. Like my always thought, like speaking of like Marvel comics or IDW comics, like it'd be really cool if they like took a concept from a comic, because there's a lot of great ideas, and then make a show out of it. Like I would love to watch Transformers More Than Meets the Eyes IDW the show, because that's like a sitcom / drama, like in one comic. So Cyberverse is going to be coming out. Hopefully that's okay. Hopefully it's better than RID. The Movieverse has Bumblebee, and then that 6th film, Rescue Bot sucks. And then toy lines are finishing up. So what do you guys think? And that is it for that. I finally made the news thing. That's all the news for now. I'll wait a whole month and a half again for more news. All for fucking sticking around. Thank God. I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like only Primus Productions stuck around because he's the only one in the chat. It was okay though. At least fucking Primus gets me. And at some point, Primus, let's work on that fucking shit, man. Let's work on that fucking Age of Darkness. Let's do some recordings, and let's do some, like, I don't know, stop motion shit. So there you go. That's it. That's the stuff. Thank you for watching. Well, all right. You guys have a great day. That's all the news. Once again, I am Matt, or Cybergraptor. You can call me whatever. Go ahead and live your day. I've been doing this for 2 hours, so I'm hungry. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'll see you guys next time on some other weird TFA video. I love you guys. Fucking touch you. Touch you. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm just saying stuff so I can find the live stream. All right, bye guys. I'm gonna stop that screen share. Fucking screen share. All right, bye. I love you.